Well, hello, hi, it is me, it is I, Small Town Didi, your guide in these every internet and akastracha and bakalau, yala. We have some new people here. Thank you, new people. Thank you for subscribing. I'm doing my makeup. I'm getting ready to go out to dinner. I'm not a makeup person. I'm a person who comes on here to chats with you guys. So don't tell me you can't see, and it's not about that. That's not why you're here. I used to do this thing where I would surf the blogs and social media and see what's the trending topics, and then I'd come down here and we would do a what's hot on the blog, or I'd get a lot of the topics from TikTok sometimes, or what's actually happening on the blogs. But sometimes our blogs are really slow and they're talking about people who don't really matter and it's not that serious. So I don't do it a lot, but I enjoy it when I do it. So it's one of those. I have some things on my mind. We're gonna like touch on a little bit of this and then a little bit of that, and then we're gonna see where the day takes us. I want to talk about I don't really want to talk about Zahara. I would have talked about it while it was training. I want to talk about our use of alcohol as a country, as South Africa. And Zahara just seems to be an unfortunate, perfect like platform or segue into that conversation. As well as I think I want to have a conversation around the corporate hunts, just some conversations that some of my friends who work in corporate, the things that we've been chatting about, things that are weighing on my heart a little bit at the top of the year that I feel would be useful going into the year, especially for the younger girlies entering into the workspace, a certain kind of workspace. And then maybe we'll touch a little bit on T.B Joshua as well, because that's trending. But you see now, I haven't worn makeup in a bit because I feel like I was growing increasingly reliant on it. Like I wasn't feeling confident to do social settings without, you know, a little beat. And if I'm gonna level with you guys, I'm only a bit more, I'm okay doing it now, going out and being social without makeup, because my skin is cleared a little bit. So, you know, that confidence is there. And I like that. But I really do feel like wearing makeup today. And that's why you see me doing just that. Zahara, the songstress. Sarah passed on from reports saying it's alcohol abuse related complications or liver complications. This is all allegedly. That's what the blogs are alleging. But during her time with us, when her drinking got worse and, you know, it was a joke and we're making fun of it and stuff, I don't know why, I think I'm laughing at us because we do this, right? Everybody thinks they're never going to become her, the way we're using alcohol as a country, as a coping mechanism, as our only means to usher us into having fun, if you would like, as an extension of our personalities. A lot of the people we enjoy online, especially on TikTok, a big part of their shtick, if you would like, is how much they like Savannah. Is it not? Think about it. Take your time. Think about some of your favorites on TikTok, how we're always drinking. I'm also a person who drinks quite a lot. I went dry last year, mid-dry Jan. I didn't start at the top of the year. I will never start at the top of the year. And I'm thinking of doing it again. I lasted 5 months. I was just trying to do it for Jan, really. And the point of it for me was to reset my drinking habits. I felt like I was abusing alcohol. I felt like I had to be honest with myself that this thing where I feel like I can't sleep without having a couple of glasses of wine or a 500 ml Savannah is actually something that I shouldn't normalize, especially because I was aware at the time that I was going through something that was making it hard for me to sleep. So I was like, okay, this is going to become a problem. Let's go dry, and then maybe that can help us reset our relationship with alcohol, and we can get to a point where we're at least drinking at the weekend if we would like, or in social settings, which is a problem on its own that we need to unpack. But that was my goal, because what was happening was that I was drinking every evening. The little glass of wine to relax you a little bit, you know. There's a I don't know, tension that like sits here. And 2 glasses of wine does that, right? But then it becomes the bottle. And every day you're having almost a bottle and you're waking up feeling tired, but it's normalized. Everybody's doing it around you. It's the thing you do when you get off from work, right? But I'm a stay-at-home child, which is also very exhausting. You guys know that. But I did that for myself. So I stopped drinking from like mid-Jan till like the very last day of May. So what, like Jan, Feb, March, April, May. So we're going to say like 4 months and a bit, right? Because I didn't start with all of Jan. And it was a good time. I felt good. I lost a lot of weight. The other reason I wanted to do it was to see if I could realize my weight loss goals. I've regressed quite a bit in that area. A lot happened toward the end of last year that just had me fall off. That is not an excuse. It just is what it is. It happened. But when I looked at Zahara, the success that she had and how she ended up in that situation, and practically with, I wouldn't say nobody to help her, but the realization that somebody in active addiction, as it's being alleged with her, you can't help them. They must want to get to a point where they can help themselves. But it's how we get there, how normal we've made this very, very dangerous substance. And I feel like I was having a chat with one of my mates about the fact that every time we are around each other and the kids are at the other table, us grown-ups are over here having a drink. Like every time they're in a social setting with us, we're drinking. It's no wonder they can't wait to get their hands on that bottle, because they see how obsessed we are with it, how excited we get around it, how much we will reconfigure the day to try and figure out, okay, who's getting the liquor, who's going to go to the liquor store, what time do they, we do a lot of managing around the things of alcohol around children. And I saw this in showing up at the yearly or end of year bash that we have here in my township, right? We have a DJ who throws this huge street bash for the 31st for our crossover thing, if you would like. And the crowd is getting younger and younger, rightfully so. I'm getting older, but it's getting dangerously, like illegally younger. One of my friends who's a teacher saw grade 6 learners at this thing. It's obviously open, right? But they want guys, grade 6 learners are 12 years old. That's how young. There's like no activities for kids to look forward to about adulthood except for this thing that we keep showing them. And it's a problem. It's a problem. We all made fun of Zahara when she was showing up late to performances, being intoxicated and belligerent, if you would like, but just acting a bit out of character and under the influence. It was all very much like everybody thinks they're so far removed from being this person. You're not. Okay? As long as you're a person who's drinking and you are applying the thought of, because the substance is such, because it's such a legal substance and it's so socially acceptable to be a drinker, a lot of us don't see ourselves fall into that pattern. And I feel COVID made it worse as well. Our reliance of alcohol as a hug, as comfort, as warmth, as mother, as whatever it is we go, the refuge. It became worse during COVID because the isolation, right? Mind you, it was illegal to get alcohol at some point, right? But we were making plans. That's how you know we have a problem as Mzansi, while we were laughing at this woman. And we were. You know, I've even seen videos on TikTok recently where there's like people are clearly going through, and alcohol withdrawals are so dangerous. People are going through withdrawals like shaking, you know, just trying to, and they can't even get the glass to their mouths. And people are like, you know, making jokes and nobody's bored. They are some, okay, fine. But my point is they all had to build up to get to that point of being reliant on alcohol. It's a slippery slope and we must check ourselves. We must find a way to make sobriety cool. We must find a way to have fun, other forms of fun that don't require us to rely on this substance the way that we do. It's just something that's weighing on me, that's important to me, that I wanted to address. But that's really my chat. And as far as that's concerned, I usually just wear one color on my lid, guys. I'm not gonna do a whole whatever. And I only bother to wear a color if I know I'm gonna do I'm gonna want to wear lashes. But yeah, and then the other thing that I saw trending on the blogs and the socials is T.B Joshua, the late T.B Joshua. I believe he passed away in 2021, so about 2 years ago. There's a documentary on BBC. I forget the name and I can't find my other device that I saved the things on. That's come out of people who lived in some compound of these, some allegations. I believe them. Okay, we should start there. We should start with whether or not I believe them. I believe them. The allegations saying that he was abusive. Anytime somebody isolates you from your family, your friends, and has you living in some place, a compound is the word that they're using. Anytime I see anything like that, something is wrong. Something is wrong to me, and I'm not about to act like it's normal. And I'm seeing a lot of people defending him or his legacy, his image, because he is late on social media. People saying, oh, but why are they coming out now? Because now is when they're coming out. You guys are so delayed with that stuff. Why are they only, why now? Because now. Like, quite literally, the answer is because now. Like, was it going to make a difference if they told you 2 hours after it happened? Right? And then it goes back to, I want to say it's the episode on Podcast and Chill where Toles Mo was on. And I'm not sure. But I stand to be corrected. Where Meg G asked the question, when these women accuse men of stuff, why do they always go after the bag? And obviously, MacG either likes to play up being slow or he is slow. Whichever one it is, it's very profitable for him. So I don't see him changing it anytime soon. It's like the fucking bag, dear sir, is what has these fucking fools doing what they want with these women and other kinds of victims. Because it's not just women. Because we're talking about like men in positions of privilege and power. That bag that you asked us, why is it all what? And no, they're not catching strays. This is something that came, and Saul was over, you know him. Yeah, why is it all the money, the power, that's what you are using as a tool to abuse people. That's why when we want to when the R. Kelly thing happened, when the Bill Cosby thing happened, and we boycott the things that make you money, because those are the things that are going to pay for the lawyers. Those are the things that we're paying people off. That's the same money you were using to lure people in, to keep people quiet. That's why we come for the bag. There is something very disgusting about men in power. There's something disgusting about men in general. Right? On a very basic level, but also on like this level. Like basic level, they don't wash their ass type stuff. You know how that goes. But like, there's something about men. Like once, and it's not just them, right? But like we're talking about them now. Once they have a little bit of power, they're just trying to have their fucking knee on somebody's neck. I don't know what the fuck that shit is about. I don't know what, especially men in religious spaces. I always look at men in religious spaces like, That's why you don't see a lot of men in church. Because men understand why that man is on the pulpit. He wants power, right? He doesn't really believe the stuff that he's saying. I don't believe a lot of them believe the stuff that they say. But they're aware that they want to occupy a position of power. It's only women in church. Not only, but like the large, like, portion of church. So a whole bunch of women who are there praying for a husband. So sad. Just so sad. The other thing about this documentary that I'm hearing us do is we must watch how we're going to talk about the victims in terms of like, why would you allow yourself to go through that? I I would never, because you don't know. You actually don't know. A lot of us like to think that it could never be us and we could never find ourselves in that vulnerable kind of position. And I suppose the thing to do here is to advise maybe one way to avoid or to try and avoid getting yourself in these kinds of situations is spending time with doctrine. Is spending time, in this case, these are Christians, right? Christian women in particular who find themselves in this situation. But they were very young. A lot of them were, even if they weren't young, this man used or allegedly used their faith to manipulate them into very abusive situations, coerced them into all manner of things. People are alleging that they had to have multiple abortions. So basically they're saying this man was just sleeping with everybody. You know, that's what they're alleging, that what was happening. And I believe them. I really just do believe them, because ain't no way. Like Bishop Eddie Long with the boys, it's always something in the scandals with the Catholic Church. There's something about a so-called man of the cloth that just has me squinting all the time, like, are you really? Men aren't conditioned like us to follow, and you know, they really see themselves, they have a God complex by like how they conditioned, you know, how they socialized. They've a God, so it's hard for them to recognize a deity above them. And that's how I see it. That's why you don't find a lot of them in church. They think they're God already. Do you see? So whenever you find one of them in church, you must look at it like, what's going on here? They sleep with everybody. Men are dangerous. That's my child. Men are dangerous. I believe the victims. This is a BBC thing. Jeffrey Epstein, he's another one who had like tons and tons of money and used that position to buy himself out of situations, buy himself protection and all manner of things. It's quite scary when you start to think about it, you guys. That's why men pursue power and money. A lot of them do it so they can be in a position to get away with murder. Truly. A lot happened, but when I come back from dinner, I'm gonna sit down and finish this video because I can't have it going out in bits and pieces. But that's my chat. Hello, y'all. I had to go. I was running through my thoughts and I had to go because why? It's my birthday. It's my whole entire birthday. That's why I had dinner. I was running late and I kept talking to you guys. I think I'll do the video separately. The video where I want to talk to the corporate hands. First of all, I love you guys, but we must chat quickly. All right. Bye, y'all.